Welcome back to the channel. I'm Scott Stevenson. I'm a freelance DP here in Los Angeles. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to find a first AC or camera assistant. What's the criteria for finding a good camera assistant and what DPs look for, what I look for in a camera assistant. I only have a handful of projects per year where I'm able to have like a fully built out camera team with operators and my first AC and everybody, which means choosing the wrong first AC would be a big mistake. Here's how I avoid that now. So in LA, there's no shortage of good first ACs. There's actually a ton of really skilled, highly technical people, and it's really hard to not go with somebody who's gonna be amazing. So when I choose a first AC, I'm not asking if they're good, I'm asking if they're a good fit for how I like to work. A bad fit, it doesn't just add extra stress, but it also slows down the day and it can kind of, change the vibe of how things are on set. Good first AC needs to get along with the client, the producers, the director, everybody. Can't just be extremely talented at their job, they also need to be cool to hang out with, When it's lunch break, we want to have you come and sit down with us and be able to, shoot the shit and be like a fun person to be around, not be just awkward in the corner with your phone. So I'm extremely intentional about who I bring on set. Make sure that the person that I have right next to me as my first AC allows me to focus on the images. I want to free up that mental headspace so that I can focus on images and not be on the technical side of the camera all the time. So I'm not hiring people based on their resume or how much they know about cameras or how much they flex on Instagram by posting the cleanest camera builds, but I am looking at people who are going to have a positive attitude when it goes to 12 hours, 14 hours onto being into set. I'm looking at people who are going to just keep my mental clarity and peace throughout the day and just be able to have a positive attitude when things start to get hard or when there are problems. How do you bring it up to me? So the number one thing that I look for is trust under pressure. If focus is soft, I want to know. If we're not ready, I want to hear it, even if it slows us down for a moment. What I don't want is somebody pushing through some sort of a problem just to avoid a difficult conversation. The best ACs that I've worked with, they protect the image even if it's uncomfortable. They always speak up. Criteria number 2 is going to be communication style. It really depends on the DP that you're working with, if they want to have updates throughout the day, or if they just want to kind of have you fade off into the background and do your thing. I don't necessarily need to be updated every time a battery needs to be swapped or a card is about to be full. I'd rather them just kind of take care of it and the machine just keeps running and I don't need to really worry or even think or know sometimes even what's going on. That's okay if they don't necessarily update me every time. Just tell me what's wrong, how serious is it, and what our options are. I don't need a huge long conversation or like a shrug like, oh, I don't know. If an AC is somebody who makes me calmer on set rather than being super stressed, that's somebody who I want to call back. Criteria number 3 is prep mentality. So a strong prep will save more time than anything else on set. It's probably one of the most important things to really have an AC be able to go in ahead of time and prep out your camera and set up and pair all your wireless devices and your monitors, filtration, mat box, just get all your stuff dialed in so that on the day they know the camera, they know the package, they know what's included, and they've already kind of figured out any issues or if something comes up, something's missing or broken or fitting is not fitting, they know exactly what's going on and they're already one step ahead of it and they're able to come up with solutions ahead of time. I notice when AC anticipates a lens change, they already know they have that lens waiting for me before I even call to swing to the next lens. They flag limitations early and they've already thought through most of the bad scenarios of the day. If it's gonna rain, they already have a rain cover. If it's hot out, they got the umbrella up. If we need to move, they're bringing the lens case, the sticks, they got it all already on their cart. They're already one step ahead and they're thinking on their feet. I don't need perfection, I just need awareness. I don't need people to be perfect all the time, I just need them to be aware of what's going on. Criteria number 4 is leadership. So a great first AC is basically the leader of the camera department. They have the second AC, DIT, they have their loader, or camera utility, and they have all these other people that they need to manage on the team. I need them to be a leader. I need them to be able to be very self-sufficient and drive the rest of the team and be able to take direction and steer the ship for us. The camera team is usually quiet and effective. That's not an accident. So why I call somebody back? So the ACs that I call back, they aren't usually the flashiest people. They're the ones who solve problems before I see them. They communicate early and they make the set feel under control. At the end of a long day, I don't really think about them too much, and that's actually really a good thing. So if you're a first AC and you're watching this, you really just need to be a good fit with whatever DP you're working with, whether it's me or someone else. You need to make sure that you guys mesh together, your personalities, and you just like the way that person works. If there's some sort of conflict or you guys rub each other the wrong way, or you don't like the camera that they shoot on, or their lens choices, or the way they do things, just not really gonna work out for you. Really just ask how that DP likes to work and be honest about your experience level, and just communicate your strengths. And don't try to be the same AC for every single job. You need to be flexible and kind of change up how you work and the approach that you take depending on the DP that you're working with. Being a good fit for the project, being a good fit for that DP gets you a call back, not flexing on everything that you know and the gear that you have. At the end of the day, I don't care how expensive your hand unit is, or your monitors, or your wireless system. If you're just not a good person to work with, it just doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I hire people who help me to focus on the image instead of problems. They help me to separate my mind so that I can focus on lighting, I can communicate with the director, and I'm able to know that my camera and my camera team is taken care of and it's working efficiently, and I can just really focus on the lighting and the story part of the image. I just know that that technical part of the camera is in good hands. And that just really gives me a lot of comfort, and just having a great AC who is able to take care of that, you know, just really takes a lot off of your plate. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Scott Stevenson. Feel free to check out some of my past videos as well as subscribe to see my future ones. Peace.